Welcome to Manny's TV Talk, where we will talk about all of our favorite reality TV shows and news surrounding them. Grab a snack, a drink, and get comfortable because this starts now.
Hello everybody, welcome. Today we're talking about the new episode of The Real Housewives of New York, the new season with the all-new cast. This is episode 2. So the episode starts with Ubah picking up Sai because Erin invited all of them to the Hamptons to spend the weekend at her house. Sai has an unbelievable amount of luggage. 8 suitcases for a weekend. That's ridiculous. Then they go pick up Jessel. Her stuff didn't fit in the trunk because of everything that Sai had. So they had to stuff some of it in the front part of the vehicle. It was a mess. Brynn is feeling sick, so they don't know if she's going to be going to the Hamptons. Ubah had a hard time accepting to stay in Erin's house because she doesn't like to stay at people's houses. Just in general, she would rather stay in a hotel, but she agreed to it. Also, Sai brought her own toilet paper. This woman is over the top and extra, I'm sorry. So then we move on to Erin at her house in the Hamptons, and she's setting everything up. She has the pajamas with all of their names, custom to each of them. And the house is very nice, I will say. It's very big. It's 65,000 square feet, and she decorated it pretty nicely. Then 2 people come. They own some Caviar business, so they go to the house to set that up. They're having just Caviar snacks. In that moment, Ubah calls Erin on the phone because all the girls in the car are hungry. So they're asking if there's going to be some food there for them, and Erin says, "Yeah, I'm having these Caviar snacks," but they don't seem too excited about that. They would rather go get a sandwich. So Erin does feel a type of way about that. But what I can understand is that why would you just have Caviar snacks? To me, I want some real food, not snacks. And some of them were Pringles with a spread and then caviar on the top. And she had too many healthy raw vegetables. No, give me some junk food. Give me some pizza, some sandwiches. And then the first one to arrive at the house is Jenna. She arrived there by herself. Jenna was a little bit nervous because she's not really the type to do this type of stuff, like girl trips or sleepovers or being in a group setting. So this is definitely out of her comfort zone. But going back to the car with the 3 girls, Jessel reveals to them that she hasn't had intercourse with her husband for almost an entire year. They are asking her why, and she says that they are always exhausted. She says that she also feels insecure about her C-section scar. That makes sense. But for husband and wife not to be doing it for more than a year, that looks like problems. But then the girls finally arrive to the house. Sai gives Erin the toilet paper. Weird, right? And then they start to unpack. They are all surprised by the amount of bags and luggage that Sai brought. And then they all go to their rooms. Jessel does make a little shady comment, but overall there was no fighting about the room, so that's good. And then they are hanging out a little bit before they go over to dinner, and they're asking Jenna about her house at the Hamptons. But it's kind of sad because she had her mom staying there, but her mom got really sick. I felt really bad for her because she didn't have the best relationship with her mom because she had Asperger's disease, so it was hard for them to have a relationship. So Jenna opens up about that. It was really sad. But okay, then the girls are still making a big deal about this caviar, and it's funny how deep down it's bothering Erin. But they're just having some fun banter. Jenna brought them all lingerie as well, and Jessel not having intercourse for almost 2 years is now a topic again, and they're all shocked about it. Then Ubah left the house to go to some restaurant nearby because she's very hungry, but unfortunately the restaurant that she went to was closed and she didn't know until she got there. But I still can't believe that Erin didn't have more food in her house to feed her guests. Come on. Okay, but it's a little bit later and they're heading over to have dinner. They arrive at this restaurant and the group is just so giddy. They seem like a bunch of young people whose parents let them spend the night over at their friend's house. They don't know how to act, but in a good way. They're not taking anything serious. For example, Ubah had to pull out her phone with a compass because she says that she has to be facing north. She's hilarious. And they are being so annoying, but again, in a fun way. And Erin with it was just really entertaining. Then they talk about again doing the thing in the bedroom. The conversation then turns to Jenna because she did have a husband, but obviously she's now into women. So they ask her, like, what was that about? So she said that one of her friends was also into women. So one time she was asking her, what was it like? And this friend explained it, and then somehow Jenna got like mesmerized by her, and that chat like that she had with her friend sparked her curiosity. They ask her how and when did she come out, and she says that was done by the New York Post. They outed her, and it was a lot for her because she had told no one about this, and she was just divorcing her husband. She had a young child. She said that someone from the New York Post called her and asked, can you confirm or deny? And she just said confirmed, and she hanged up. Then they ask her if she's dating someone right now, and she says yes, but she's refusing to say who it is. Which, okay, but I'm like, okay, so Jenna has a hard time in group settings. She doesn't want to share who her partner is. Does she know what show she's on? I mean, all the other women have to share their husband, so I don't know about that one. But anyway, Jessel also mentions how she met her husband. They started off as friends, and then he was always secretly into her, but she didn't know that until her mom pointed it out, which is part of what I always say, men and women, if they're friends, 99% of the time, one of them likes one another. But that's a whole different conversation. Jessel also shares her journey with her fertility because she went through IVF. But because of her culture, her Indian culture, she's never really felt comfortable talking about it. But I feel like that's traditional for a lot of people of color's cultures. Like, that's kind of something you don't talk about. Okay, so then they all go to the restroom. But Ubah, I'm telling y'all, she's something else. She goes into the kitchen and starts to eat the food. Then she goes into the restaurant pantry and she steals a coconut milk. It was hilarious, and I love her for that. But Erin is such a buzzkill. She was like, put back the milk. Ugh, like, she's so annoying. Okay, and then after that they head back home and they all change into the laundry that Jenna gave them. But there's an issue. Jessel hates the one she has. It's large, and she says that it makes her look like a Christmas tree. I get it. Yes, she did look bad. But what she didn't realize that was that by her saying, I hate this, it's so ugly, it's hideous, she was offending Jenna because she's the one who bought all of it for each of them. And I was like, oh, poor Jenna. She was definitely offended, and you could see it all over her face, but I felt so bad for her. And I guess she's not the person to really confront people, so she said nothing. But everybody else noticed that she was being a little bit rude. And I don't even think she was like trying to be rude to Jenna. I think it was definitely an insecurity about how she looked. But for her to just keep saying, this is hideous, like, you got to be a little bit more mindful, people. But that's where the episode ended. Again, I liked it. Like I said in the first episode, I'm not in love with this show yet, but I will say I enjoyed this episode more than the first one. So I think it's more of like a getting to know these people to actually care about them. So I think this is gonna be a pretty good show. So I can't wait for the rest of the season to see what's gonna happen. But yeah, you guys, let me know what were your thoughts. Do you agree that Jessel was being a little bit rude to Jenna, even if it was unconscious? Let me know, guys, what you thought about this episode. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. Y'all have a great one. Bye.